So I'd interviewed a load of them, and I asked them a simple question: what went wrong against Kerry, or what did you think was the problem? And I got answers, and I went, maybe, but none of them resonated with me. And then I one of the selectors, somebody had contacted him and said he should contact this guy. So I got Bart's number and I rang him, and I asked him the same question, and he said, "Are you okay if I say this?" And I said, "Yeah, work away." And he said, "Well, I'm speaking to the problem." And I went, that's a different answer. But it was probably, I was ready, this was probably 10 weeks after we'd lost, and I was ready I was definitely humbled to the point of I needed, and I was hungry to learn. So he explained to me what it was, and I went, right, okay, I get it. That's real. What
did he point out? Was it the emotional hijack?
Emotional hijack. And he explained how that works, and I went, I'll buy that was most likely what happened. So then I embarked really on that winter, spending ages up in his house, actually trying to understand the whole framework that he was operating to at the time. And we were trying it out as I'd go out. We were playing some friendlies and we tried things out, and we started. They were instant success in terms of just getting a better understanding. So you could see the players were understanding more what I was trying to communicate.
Did your actual tactics change, or was it just how you implemented them?
No, what I was trying to do in 2009 was what we did in 2010 and 11. Yeah. There was a lot more precision to it, but they understood it far better because I was getting it out of them as opposed to just telling them what to do, because some of them were getting it, but most weren't. So when we spent more time actually exploring it and understanding it and dissecting it, inevitably they came up with even better ideas than the ideas I had with Mickey and that in 2009. But it was definitely the engagement changed, where we started to get real clarity. Now, we did do some extreme things to see could we do things like, let's see if we could stop a team scoring in a game. Now, forget about what we're going to do, but like we had a couple of games, I think we played Derry and we beat them, 7-3 or something. But that was a tactic to see, could we shut up shop if we needed to, if we had a lead. So we were trying to build all sorts of different game plans that we could flip between when needed. And ultimately, we were trying to get to a place where they could just do that themselves, that we wouldn't say, you have to do this at this time, but they'd notice something happening in the game and then they changed the style. But that was all done completely interactively with them.
How would that look on the pitch? Like, are you on the pitch, or is it meetings? Are you asking questions?
Both. We would have done a lot off the pitch, but tend to be short, sharp sessions. And then we tried to practice the different patterns on the field. And then we tried them in friendlies first, and then tried them maybe in a National League game, and then obviously we would have tried different things in Leinster as well, where we mightn't have been showing our full hand of what we really wanted to play, and then that you'd hit the quarter final with something special. And we did that well enough. We got caught in 2010 by Meath trying something that didn't come off, and they got 5 goals. That if you took the 5 goals out, we probably outplayed them. But 5 goals are 5 goals, so. Again, we had to double down and get a bit tighter at the back, and that involved the 15 fellas being committed to defence, really, when we didn't have the ball, and that made a huge difference. Everyone bought into that. Some came along easier than others, but we got them there.
I'd imagine it's quite tough, because if you're going to the players and you're looking for them to come up with a plan, like that's what Bart would have told us when he was here, and in theory it sounds great, but I suppose the problem is, if you've got 6 backs there and you ask them a question, what does tackling look like, or what does your marking your man look like, you're probably going to get 5 or 6 different answers, and then trying to bring that all together. And especially if you're stepping in if you have the players a couple of times a week in a training session, there's pressure on time all the time to do stuff, and you're trying to get through a lot of stuff. So if you get an answer back that maybe you weren't expecting, there's a lot of ways of, I'm sure it's quite hard to manage that and kind of bring everyone together. Is it? Or
I think if you've got the right intention going into the meeting, and you're open to a better way than the one that you have, then you can ask the questions. Because if you get something that you think, well, that's definitely not going to work, you can say to them, well, how would that work now if X did X? But you have to be way on top of your game here, because you have to be thinking, how can I, if the ropey answer comes, how can I actually bring the guy around to saying, no, that's not going to work, because at least he gets it out of his head, and at least I know that's what he's trying to do. So it's really healthy. But I don't want to kill him either. I don't want to knock his confidence, because you're trying to create an environment where people feel free to talk.
Yeah. If you enjoyed this clip, you can catch the full episode on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts.